Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me today is Sumit Peer as we look at what is happening, some rapid developments and the consequences of that. Let's welcome Sumit Peer. But before that, a small request to all of you to like this video. We're going to share some very important information also. So let's welcome Sumit Peer. Sumit ji, Namaskar. Ram Ram, Radhe Radhe. How are you?
Jai Siya Ram, Radhe Radhe, all good and fine, sir. By the Kripa of Lord Mahakal and your Ashirwad. Namaskaram to you and all the viewers of PGurus channel. Thank you very much for having me on the show. Namaskar.
Ji. Thank you so much, Sumit ji. Sumit ji, yesterday around 2:45 a.m. India time and 2:15 p.m. US time, I had scooped this story that we are reasonably confident that Hassan Nasrallah is dead. And that scoop has really, caught fire when India woke up in the morning. When India woke up in the morning, I'm talking about who, that India woke up to this fact, and then it was confirmed a few hours later. So what I'm trying to figure out is now we are hearing that Sinwar is still alive, number 2, or probably now number 1 in Hamas, and but barely. And also, this is the most interesting part, that Khamenei has gone into hiding.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of today's vlog. Some very interesting developments, what you have correctly said, and I'll end from where you have left. The thing is that, this I have been predicting that Hassan Nasrallah is next in line, and he's second last before Khamenei, because all the other important pillars are gone, all other jihadis are gone, only one is left, 2 are left. So basically, when Hassan Nasrallah is taken out, the next in line by default, de facto, is Khamenei. As Yahya Sinwar is concerned, he's a dead man walking. They will eliminate him, he must be eliminated, or he will die of a suffocation in some tunnel. That is what Israel, because what Israelis are going to do, the sensors which on and off the fan to the tunnel, they are going to hack those sensors, and the sensors will not work, and he will die, suffocating. So he will have a very beautiful death, but good luck to him. Now, this is what has happened. Look, I think Thursday we spoke on PGurus channel. On Thursday, I reported a very important incident. I said that Hassan Nasrallah came and he said, I am launching a ballistic missile to MOSSAD headquarters. And MOSSAD headquarters is on my target. That was Thursday or Wednesday evening, barring the time zone between India and US. So, this was a clear message from Hassan Nasrallah. So 2 rockets get launched. One is from Hezbollah, which was intercepted by the arrow. That is the missile shield of Israelis. And second was fired on 27th. When this missile was intercepted, I made it very clear. Look, there's very good possibility, or in all likelihood, this will be intercepted. Nasrallah knows this because Nasrallah wanted to send a missile because after his rocket head chief was killed, right, and after Mohammad Hussain Sarur was killed. Now, Mohammad Hussain Sarur was the commander who was heading also this Houthis operations there. So when he was killed, he had to do something. And, I have been always questioning, where is your resistance? Where are your 150,000 rockets? Where is all the arsenal you've been bragging about? You are running like those helpless, headless chickens. So basically, they fired a rocket and it was intercepted. Benjamin Netanyahu, though this was for the first time in the conflict, a ballistic missile was fired, which got intercepted. Benjamin Netanyahu came and said, we are going to retaliate, and Hassan Nasrallah and Hezbollah are going to pay a heavy price. My gut was saying the only price which can be paid now, because when I look at the organizational chart of Hezbollah, most of the commanders are eliminated. Who is left? Qasim Nasir, again, not very relevant. Then we have Nasrallah, then we have Khamenei. So if I look at as Khamenei's right and left, there used to be a picture of Qasim Soleimani and Hassan Nasrallah, like aise. Gone. Both are gone. So it was but natural that when you try to target the Mossad headquarters, what will come next? Arey. Oh. Ab bacha kaun? Who's the last man standing? Well, no brainer for thinking. These are all the commanders who are eliminated. Look, these are all the commanders eliminated. When I had this chart in my mind and I was looking at Benjamin Netanyahu is talking of heavy price. When I look at the Hezbollah's command and control, all of them are gone. Who is left? The only one who was still live and kicking was late Hassan Nasrullah. And this man has been in the business of jihad for 30 years. He has been in the business of jihad for 30 years. Now, when this was said, because I considered it as a very strategic threat to the peace and security of Israel, and Israel had to retaliate with something which was beyond the imagination of Iran and jihadis. When the bombardment continued, Khamenei came in and said, Hezbollah is going to live through this bombardment, what I reported in Hindi. Now, what happened is, then, that was Thursday night we were live. On Friday evening, I mean, India time around late night, around 10, 11, 12, somewhere around that, some rumors started buzzing. That day, again, there were attacks, there were counterattacks, more than 2,000 sites were decimated, 700 people are dead. That all we knew, but we started hearing something big has happened in 𝗤𝗄𝘗. The 𝗤𝗄𝘗 is a suburb of Beirut, where there was the security headquarters of Hezbollah. Now, there is one headquarters of Hezbollah, another is security headquarters of Hezbollah. Security headquarters of Hezbollah is possibly an area in which all the apartments and all around neighborhood are controlled by Hezbollah members. It has reinforced walls, it has bunkers, and it is very near to the hospitals. There are 5 or 6 hospitals which are very nearby. And around them, there's some also ammunition dump. Now, Nasrullah was hiding there, possibly with his daughter and few more commanders. Now, it is my duty to report that in the debacle of Nasrallah, there is one more commander which is eliminated, which the names have just been confirmed. His name is Abbas Fakhurshani or something. I can't get the family name right. Now, this is a senior most commander of Islamic Revolutionary Guard of Iran. Yeah. So, the same bunker, we had Hassan Nasrallah, we had Abbas. Now, obviously, they were planning something big. Now, the tyranny is, these guys thought that Mossad doesn't know where our security commander is, where our security headquarters are. We are beyond the radar of Mossad. One thing which I've been always telling, I said, Hassan Nasrallah, they know where you are. They will eliminate you as and when they want you. Look, what I love about Israelis is, you threaten, every day I was tired of this, 400-pound, I'm just controlling my language, 400-pound bag of, the bag of fat, always threatening the whole world. I will do this, I'll do this, I'll bomb this, I'll eliminate this. Every day we were sick and tired. The world had seen too much of this Nasrallah business. Nasrallah has threatened Israel. Nasrallah has threatened India. World was sick and tired of this threatening business. What the point I want to make is, Mossad always knew where he was. Now look, if you look at the quarter of the Tehran IRGC commander, General Abbas, Muhfasin killed in Lebanon, yes. 58, 59, dono bhai upar gaye. Now, the problem here is that when Nasrallah was eliminated, the world was sick and tired of this everyday dhamki. Every day, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. Now, Mossad always knew where he is. He crossed the red line by trying to attack the Mossad headquarters. Now, it is believed that the calculation which went wrong for them, they thought, Benjamin Netanyahu is UNG, and UNG is not going to do anything. He is going to be talking of peace and those diplomatic niceties, which he did not talk. We're going to cover that in the later part of our vlog. But the first part of it is important. It is believed, they always knew where is Nasrallah. They knew where he is going for the meeting. And at that point of time, Benjamin Netanyahu from a hotel room over a secured channel authorized the strike. He said, go ahead and get him. So there were 2 high-profile targets. Besides other chota-mota commanders which were there, these 2, Abbas and Nasrallah, they were in the same place. And his daughter Zainab, who's believed to be a hardcore, die-hard supporter of Hezbollah, she has said, Hezbollah is good. Though her brother was eliminated by IDF in 1997, but it doesn't matter to them. She will have multiple brothers. Some she will not know, some she will know. You know what I'm hinting at. Some she will know, some she will not know. Now, this is where the Benjamin Netanyahu kind of authorized the strike. And what happened in the strike in 𝗤𝗄𝘗? In 𝗤𝗄𝘗, we have this place where there are 7 buildings. 7 buildings have been eliminated in this strike. The people which are believed to be dead, besides the Hezbollah guys, are around 6. But as per the sources and as per the media reports, the casualties are going to go up, because in all likelihood, there will be 20, 30, 40 casualties, because 6 to 7 buildings which belong to Hezbollah, and including a reinforced bunker where he was hiding, that was all brought down. Now, what was the arsenal used? 3 kinds of arsenal was used. One is the traditional American weapon of bunker buster. Then there are these 2,000-pound bombs. 2,000-pound bombs, and there is one more bomb which causes, creates waves which shakes the concrete. So a combination of 3 bombs was used for the first time. It's a cocktail of bombs. For the first time, we are seeing a cocktail of bombs used. You must have seen a cocktail of vodka, one brandy, and for those of you who drink, but you must have not seen a cocktail of bombs. So Israel has used a cocktail of bombs. Now the jihadis of Hezbollah never thought there a cocktail of bombs will be used. One which will cause the explosion, one which will cause the shock waves to weaken the structure, and then bunker buster will do the job. It will penetrate the bunker and get you eliminated. 7 buildings gone, and in a jiffy, Hezbollah's 30-year-old commander is reduced to rubble. Now, how we found his body? Is it found? We don't know. And where is the body? Is it in shape? We don't know. Is it burnt? Is it burnt beyond recognition? We don't know. Is it blown to smithereens? We don't know. Has it been mixed with the rubble and the dirt and the smoke? We don't know. But something definitely has gone wrong, and he is no more there. The first news came around 12:42 a.m. India time, wherein we were told that there's a possibility of this attack. Immediately, the Iranian news agency reported, no, we are praying for the safety of Hassan Nasrullah. That was the first side. Then there was one more thing which came in. They said, okay, Hassan Nasrullah, we have lost the communication. When they started around 3 a.m. India time, we have lost the communication in the night. That was a short sign that Hassan Nasrullah is no more. And by the morning, what you reported and what we all confirmed, by the morning, we knew that Hassan Nasrullah was no longer there. He's dead and buried, possibly in the rubble. So what I like about Israel is within 24 to 48 hours, as promised by Benjamin Netanyahu, the retaliation comes and takes down the top man of Hezbollah. That means Hassan Nasrullah was always on their radar, was always in their vicinity of hitting. It was Israel's mercy, and it was Israel's decision and Israel's strategy not to eliminate him. This fat bag was nothing more, but he was living and breathing on the mercy of Israel. Because Israel, when they decided to eliminate him, they eliminated him. Because I'll tell you why. Look, the kind of security this guy will have, because he knows he's the next target. The kind of bunkers they have put him in. The kind of secrecy about his visits. Last so many months, it is believed he never saw the light of the sun because he was hiding in that bunker, thinking that he is immune here, nothing can touch him here, Israelis don't know where I'm here. But you know what is my problem? My problem is that somebody sold Hassan Nasrallah. Oh my God. Just for some dollars, you sell your top bosses. And that is what the Islamic resistance and jihad is all about. When our Americans or the Jews or the Israelis throw in the money walks, bullshit talks. People start talking in the Islamic world. All the terrorists in Pakistan, including Osama bin Laden, was sold by somebody who was very close to him. Some people say security guard, some people say the janitor, some people say somebody. But what I'm trying to make a point, sir, the Israelis are always ahead in the game. They know where he is. They know when he's going to reach there. They know when to eliminate him. This is very meticulously planned. And at a call from the Israeli Prime Minister, they will push the button and get rid of him. See how precise the strike was. See how accurate it was. So Hassan Nasrallah gone. Combination of 3 bombs used. Hassan Nasrallah eliminated. Now Iran was not willing to talk on it. Hezbollah was not willing to talk on it. But I think morning around 10 or 11, our IDF finally said that we have kind of managed to eliminate Nasrallah. After IDF formally confirmed that by 11 India time, these guys were left with no option. There was no hide and seek game. There was no, saying, oh, we don't know, he's missing, is that. I was telling them, why don't you go to the neighborhood and find, is there any soul breathing? If you don't find any soul breathing, that means Nasrallah is also dead. So that is how precisely the operation was eliminated. Now, there are a lot of dimensions to story which you have to add on. I'll hand it over to you. By the way, I'm noticing a flower, something unusual on your jacket today. So are you celebrating, or what exactly is the context?
Thanks for asking, viewers. See, what we are trying to offer to all of you is a marigold lapel pin. This is in remembrance of the contribution of Indian soldiers in World War I and World War II, The Armistice Day, the day First World War stopped, is coming up 11th of November. And it is hoped that those of you who get this thing can actually wear it on your lapel pins. It's going to be available for sale either today or tomorrow, very, very soon. We're just trying to make sure that we have got everything covered. Unfortunately, for now, we are only selling it in packs of 5 in the United States. The reason we picked United States is because A, it's easier and faster to import stuff into US, and also to make sure this was designed in UK, by the way. And why marigold? Why this particular flower? There's a reason for that. See, after the First World War ended, Punjab regiment soldiers marched in Belgium, and one Belgian resident came and placed a marigold flower on the lapel of a soldier. So this is in remembrance of that, because it was the same flower. And you see that there are so many memorials for the slain Indian soldier in fighting for the cause of Belgians, French, Germans, Italians, and of course you all know why India Gate is there. In India Gate, if you go and read, India Gate commemorates all those soldiers who gave up their lives for the World War I. All their names are etched there. You can go and take a look at it. India Gate is in New Delhi. Those of you who know this thing, I mean, a lot of crowds around there. I've passed by it. What I'm trying to tell you is this is something that we all should feel proud of. Cutting across country lines, as a matter of fact, it was Akhand Bharat at that point of time. I mean, of course, I can only appeal to the sensibilities of some of our neighbors. Whether they do it or not is up to them. But this is going to be available for sale very, very soon. It's very, very small price. It's not even, it's $10 for a pack of 5. And I have to sell it in pack of 5 because my shipping cost is $5. So, so I'm really not making any money out of this or anything like that. It is something that needs to be told. Especially the world public thinks that it was America that won the war for the British and its allies in First World War and Second World War, but they had considerable amount of help from the Indians. And there are so many places that you have seen this happen. Anyway, that was number one. Number two, did you notice, Sumitji, that many people were rejoicing in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iran, in Iraq over Nasrullah's death? This is something unusual, because these guys must have created mayhem and destruction in all these countries. They were feared. Hezbollah was something like, oh my God, these are like brute thugs. So something is going on in the Middle East now. People are celebrating the death of this guy. So this is something that, has put, what do you call, a band-aid on the face of Ilhan Omar. She's not able to say anything. Speechless.
Sir, I was coming to all those things. Now, right, you brought it up. A couple of more dimensions to it. So when Nasrullah is eliminated, Iran is mum, Hezbollah is mum, Hamas is mum, Islamic resistance, Islamic jihad, all of them are mum. Nobody's stopping. So the radio silence is broken by Mossad and the idea saying that we confirm he is dead. They have put in and said, hey, he is dead. We are confirming that. Then eventually at around 3 o'clock our time, 4 o'clock in the day, we started getting confirmation. Yes, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. By 4 o'clock, we are almost settled that Nasrullah is over. Now, immediately when we know the Nasrullah is over, now what happened? Let me take you back to United Nations. Now, Benjamin Netanyahu cuts his trip short and comes back to Israel, though he knew what he was doing. It's not technically cutting the trip short, it is practically cutting the trip short. Sorry, it is technically cutting the trip short or not practically cutting the trip short. So Benjamin Netanyahu came back to Israel. Yesterday, I have seen a very aggressive Netanyahu in UNGA. He was very categoric, he was very decisive, he was very direct. He said, look, there's a pipeline, there's a road we are trying to build, and he showed a map wherein compared to 2 maps. One is when we had a pipeline, prosperity, development from Indian Ocean to the Europe, and here there is one more excess of evil, which is all black. That is where the proxies of Hezbollah are operating. This is what he showed. One picture, then another picture he showed where the proxies of Israel are operating. That's in the black. This is how these.
This is the map I presented here last year. It's a map of a blessing. It shows Israel and its Arab partners forming a land bridge connecting Asia and Europe between the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. Across this bridge, we will lay rail lines, energy pipelines, fiber optic cables, and this will serve the betterment of 2 billion people. Now look at this second map. It's a map. Look at the second map. It's a map of a curse. It's a map of an arc of terror that Iran has created and imposed from the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean. Iran's malignant arc has shut down international waterways. It cuts off trade. It destroys millions, destroys nations from within, and inflicts misery on millions. On the one hand, a bright blessing.
Okay, so this is what Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu was trying to do, a comparison that the Iran's proxies have not only dismantled and disrupted ways in the Middle East, they have disrupted and disrupted ways across the whole world. That is the difference between Iran and what is the difference between Iran and Israel. And then I have seen a very aggressive Netanyahu using UNGA platform to directly threaten the mullah regime of Iran. Sajin bhai, if you have that video, want to play it, where he is directly threatening the mullah regime of Iran that if you try to attack us, there is not a nook and corner of Iran, there is not a place of Iran which is beyond our reach and will go and beat the shit out of you wherever you are. And not only Iran, whole of Middle East. He in the end ends with the whole of Middle East is within my hitting range and I can do whatever I want to do in Middle East. Look at this.
I have a message for the tyrants of Tehran. If you strike us, we will strike you. There is no place. There is no place in Iran that the long arm of Israel cannot reach. And that's true of the entire Middle East. Far from being lambs led to the slaughter, Israel's soldiers have fought back with incredible courage and with heroic sacrifice. And I have another message for this assembly and for the world outside this hall. We are winning.
Correct. This is the resilience of Benjamin Netanyahu, and this is the resilience, and this is the posture of which the world and they are, shit scared. They don't know what this man is up to. And incidentally, when Americans were asked or questioned about, do you know what Nasrullah is killing? They said, we don't know. We have no idea what Nasrullah was killed. Israel did not take our approval. We have no idea about Nasrullah's elimination. And I've been telling you, Sree said, remember, it was 2 days back, I said, Barack Hussain Obama was trying his level best to get this ceasefire. The idea of the ceasefire, this 21-day truce around Israel and Lebanon was engineered, was thought at Obama's office. He wanted to get into Kamala Harris's head, and then Kamala Harris wanted to, and the Democrats wanted to propel it to the whole world, including Anthony Blinken, that we want this truce to be there. But what did the Benjamin Netanyahu say? Okay, send us the papers, we're looking into it. I told you that day Netanyahu will never agree to truce. Truce means giving Hezbollah time to regroup, giving Hezbollah time to rearm, and giving Hezbollah time to get their arsenal in place. And incidentally today, there was something which was landing from Beirut, on Beirut airport from Tehran. There must be arms supplies and all. IDF called them and said, Bhaiya, if this plane lands on Beirut airport, we'll bomb the Beirut airport now. You know what did these do? They sent the plane back to Tehran. Wapas jao. They sent the plane back to Tehran. The plane did not dare to land on the Beirut airport. Very clear message from IDF. If the plane lands, we'll eliminate your airport. So the plane went back. Now, with all these things going on, it was very, very clear that this was a ceasefire which was manifested by Obama. Obama wanted to give the Mullah Baradrin the time to regroup and to rearm so that Israel could be decimated. But I thank the God, and I thank the wise discretion of Benjamin Netanyahu, who did not fall for the trap. Now, imagine Americans had this plan and ready. They say, I was told Biden came up with this first Hamas truce, then Hezbollah truce, and 21-day ceasefire, and this was on the cards. They were saying it's almost done and all. Then when he was saying it's almost done, Mohammed Hussein Saroor got eliminated. I think Netanyahu was pissed off. He said, what the hell are you doing? He said, I didn't know, something happened. Now, in the heart of hearts, in the dream of dreams, they could never think when Netanyahu was landing, when he was in UNGA, when we'll go to a hotel room, what we'll get to know when Netanyahu was in America, Nasrullah is gone. I mean, imagine I'm trying to get you to sign a ceasefire of 21 days, and what you get to know is Nasrullah is gone. Now, Nasrullah is gone, Khomeini goes into hiding. Khomeini goes into hiding because they know Khomeini is the next in line. And logically, if you want to stop this war, I have been stretching my neck out and trying very clearly. Let it be on YouTube and TV. I've been saying very clearly, if you want to stop this war, there are 3 people have to go. I think 2 of them are gone. There's 1 more left. So you know who is the 3rd person. If the 3rd person is there, possibly you can delay this war. And there are 2 more people on our right and left who again go. And if you want the world to be peaceful. And if Obama continues to interfere in the way he's interfering right now, world will never ever be possible. There are 5-6 people who will never let world to be peaceful. Khamenei is there, Asim Munir is there, Xi Jinping is there, and Barakat Hussain Obama is there. These are the 4 people who will never let world to be peaceful. I'm very clear on that. But the right and the immediate priority is Khamenei. Now it is for the people of Iran. How do they want to deal with it? Because Americans are ready. Because Israelis are ready. Now what has happened? After this development, what happened in the day? I think 3 full tank regiments have been moved to the Lebanese border. So there are 3 full tank regiments which are ready with the Lebanese border. More reserves have been called and then moved to the Lebanese border. So they are all ready to do the ground invasion of Lebanon. Because for Israel, for Benjamin Netanyahu, sir, this is the right moment. Hezbollah is in disarray. Iran cannot come in. Now they are provoking Khamenei to the hell. His IRGC commander is yesterday eliminated. Now there is no doubt between Irani and Hezbollah link. Iran and Hezbollah together were trying to cement something which was disastrous. And remember, I think 3 or 4 episodes back, I think it was English on last Saturday or something, or Monday, I told you that the pager attack and the mobile attack was done. This walkie attack was done because they were fearing a very big 10-cornered attack on Israel, just to decimate that, just to kind of dilute that out, and to delay that. Israel used this Ramban which they had. They blasted the pagers, they blasted the mobile phones, and that is how they could, delay that attack. Now Israel had this window to, before the logistic arm of Hezbollah could be brought up together, before Hezbollah could regroup, they had to start eliminating Hezbollah. And I think within a week, who could have imagined within a week of what I said? I think last Saturday or Monday, within less than a week, we are assuming Hassan Nasrullah dead. Hassan Nasrullah is gone. And I'm not even counting people like Mohammed Sarur and all. Hassan Nasrullah gone. Nobody could have imagined that, but that was the only way. Now Hezbollah is in disarray. Another development. Yesterday, first Houthis fired a missile, which I talked to you on Thursday. Now yesterday, there was one more ballistic missile which was fired from Iraq. Now Islamic resistance fired this missile and fired a couple of drones into Israel, which were again intercepted by the Arrow Missile Shield and Iron Dome respectively. So now we have almost Hamas leveled, we're almost Hezbollah in disarray. Now we have 2 factions which are on. One is Houthis, and then there is another is Islamic resistance from Iraq. Now here we can have a front opening from Syria, we can have a front opening from Jordan. The Arab leaders are silent. Nobody is talking about it. In fact, in Syria, if you look at the Sunni rebels, if you look at a lot of even Sunni rebels in various groups, in various parts of the Middle East, and including a lot of Sunni-dominated areas, they are celebrating the demise of Hassan Nasrullah. Because Hassan Nasrullah was Shia. And this Shia militia was trying to control the Sunni militias. Now, why was Shia militia trying to control the Sunni militia? This is an interesting question which a lot of viewers will have. Look, these Sunni militias used to get money from Saudi Arabia. And when MBS, after some point of time, he came into power, he said, I'm not giving money to anybody, go to hell. When these people, these militias were running high and dry, they had no money. At that point of time, Iran chipped in and started giving money to all of them. But with a condition, you have to be subservient to Hezbollah. Hezbollah will tell you what to do. You have to be the arms of the Hezbollah. It was like the lateral expansion of Hezbollah's business, which is of jihad, of course. So they wanted to expand Hezbollah laterally. So that is why these arms, Sunni groups were under Hezbollah. So this was an uneasy truce or an uneasy situation in the whole of the Middle East, because Sunnis were not happy that their groups are controlled by Shias. So after the demise of Hezbollah, Chief Hassan Nasrullah, who has been in the business of jihad for 30 years, imagine the poor chap went, and if he's blown to smithereens or if he's burned out, well, sorry, no hoods. He will not get hoods. I'm so sorry. After 30 years of jihad, no hoods. Well, Israelis, you should have not done that. You should have used some different technology. But anyway, when I meet Benjamin Netanyahu next time, I'll recommend him use something which does not burn people, so that people are intact and they can still get Jannat and go to woods. Now, the Jannat Express is overbooked. And incidentally, somebody told me that for such people, the hoods multiply by 10 or 100. I don't know. I have to find out. अरे ये क्या है? दुश्मन के घर में घुस के मारेंगे. दोनों बाले दोस्त. हसन नसरुल्लाह निपट गया. हाँ दोस्त, मिट्टी में मिला दिया. अरे यार. That's exactly what I was saying. मिट्टी में मिला दिया. This is not right, Mr. Netanyahu. You should have left it intact. He wants to go to Jannat. He wants to have wars. Oh, so bad. I don't know. Mr. Netanyahu, next time, have some mercy. Leave them at least intact so that they can go up and have some gala time. Well, imagine you're in business of jihad for 30 years and you don't get the who's. So bad, so unfortunate. Now, what is going to happen next? Now, Khamenei has appealed to all the Muslims of the world, Shias or Sunnis, come together and let's fight Israel. I don't know how many of them are going to listen to this clarion call because what happened, sir? It's a very, very important development which will go down in the history. Ismail Haniyeh, Muhammad Sarur, these are poster boys of jihad. Oh, this is the daughter, Zainab Nasrullah. She's also no more. I don't know what will she get in the. No idea. Kya milega? If you have any idea, you can comment. I have no idea. Well, very unfortunate. What to do? Now, the problem is these people were seen as the poster boys of resistance or Islamic jihad or, the hegemony of Islam. Now, what Israel has done a favor to the world. They have systematically eliminated the so-called Islamic resistance, the so-called Islamic jihad, the so-called poster boys of terror. They are poster boys of terror. Now, today, it's like, if I talk to you in Indian context, we used to talk about Shahabuddin. We used to talk about this Mukhtar. We used to talk about this another guy. Kya naam tha uska? Mukhtar. And there was another guy, Atiq. There were these, the Muslim dons, or they were projected as those Muslim dons and all. Now, these were the international Muslim gangs, Muslim terrorists, Muslims, those warlords or whatever. Now, with the elimination of them, what Israel has shown to the world, Islamic terror can be eliminated at the will. There will be some huge one, there will be some collateral damage, you have to live with it. But if you want to eliminate Islamic terror, you have to be merciless with them and eliminate them fast. There is no dealing of business with Islamic terror. There is no dealing of business with Islamic jihad. You cannot talk to jihadis. I'm not talking about Muslims here. I'm talking about the people who believe in the, in the path of jihad like these. You cannot. And what is the classical mistake? Because if there's a video of Benjamin Netanyahu, Sachin Bhai, if you can find, he's exactly echoing my voice and tone, wherein I said the world has let Iran and its mullah regime live too long. Now the mullah regime of Iran has become the problem for the whole world. Sachin Bhai, if you can find that video, want to play it. So you see exactly the words and the sentiments being resonated with Benjamin Netanyahu. This is what I am exactly saying. You have been too patient with this. You have been too much of ostrich with this. You have been too much trying to deal peace with the devil. It cannot work. I mean, this is Islamic hegemony. This never stops. You negotiate this with him, they will ask this. You negotiate this with him, they will ask this. You negotiate this with him, they will ask this. It does not stop. You have to understand. That is how it is designed. It doesn't stop. It's like a spreading cancer. It never stops. So the only way is amputation of the organ. The only way is or the chemotherapy, whatever works. You have to take these measures and get rid of the jihad. That is what exactly it is. Now, with this gone, now who is next? I think the next in line is Khamenei. Khamenei must be worried because last time we showed that Hassan Nasrullah was even using those plastic commodes to, he was not going to the WOC fearing there might be a bomb there. Even their bunker and those plastic things did not help him. Unfortunately, he's gone. Now imagine the paranoia in Iran. They are hiding Khamenei in, I don't know, bunker or bunkers or what the hell they're hiding him in. And how long can the old man live without sunlight? The problem with them is they know one thing for very sure. Israelis know where he is. They know one thing for sure. Israelis have the technology where they can get him. They know one thing for sure, Israelis exactly know where to find the jihadis. So these people are running so scared, their so-called supreme leader, they don't know what to say. And what does the Irani Prime Minister talk about this? Mr. Pakazin? He talks about this is the terror of Israel. Wow, sir, I'm highly impressed. Now let me be blunt tonight and let me call it directly. Sri sir, with your permission. You Iranis, are you hibernating? Have you lost your sense of proportion? Your foreign minister, who eliminated him? Your prime minister, who eliminated him? Hassan Nasrullah, who eliminated him?
That was president. That was president.
President, who eliminated? Who eliminated Hassan Nasrullah? Who eliminated Ismail Haniyeh? Who eliminated the entire leadership of Hamas? In 2 months, whatever you built for 30 years is eliminated. Are you still talking of wiping out the Israel? On which opium are you? You must be on some Chinese opium, which is cheap and dangerous, which doesn't leave the sense of proportion with you. Mr. Pakistan, whatever your name is, you want to be safe? Do you want your next foreign minister to be safe? If you want to be safe, fall in line, because I'm telling you something which nobody will tell you on public fora. Israel has crossed the Rubicon. Israel has crossed the Rubicon. There is no turning back. You know what is Rubicon? Rubicon was a stream outside the Rome, 2 feet, 1 feet deep. There was a saying, if anybody crosses the Rubicon with his army or with his sword, even if it's a general of the Rome, it's declared as a war on Rome. What did Julius Caesar do? Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon with a sword and went to the Rome. It was declared a war on Rome. So Rubicon is that Lakshman Rekha, which you don't have to cross. But fortunately or unfortunately for you, Israel has crossed that Lakshman Rekha. There is no turning back for Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu now. I have seen the celebrations in Israel. I have seen the celebrations everywhere in the world. And I have seen how world is getting relieved of this terror and the Iran's business of terror. And let me tell you, all of those people in India who believe Iran is friend, Iran is nobody's friend. Don't be under this impression Iran is anybody's friend. Iran is nobody's friend. It's a mullah regime. There's a mullah who calls the shots in Iran. And you never get to see that mullah. You have no access to that mullah. And all are his puppets and proxies. They do not matter. I can be as blunt. And again, I'm repeating, the way geopolitics is changing, I've been saying for last 1.5 months, after 3 to 4 quarters, India will not have the privilege to have what is so-called strategic autonomy, because the world will take sides. The world has to take sides. World is getting divided into camps, and you have to be on this camp or this camp, whichever you are. That Beachwala Trishanku camp doesn't exist anymore. You can't be friends with anybody and all. So you have to take sides. And it's not we have a wrong foreign policy, we have a brilliant foreign policy, but the geopolitics is changing too fast. Strategic autonomy is not sustainable, and all of those who think strategic autonomy is still sustainable is not. Now we will see escalation from Houthis, we'll see escalation from Islamic resistance, and possibly we'll see, okay. Erdogan condemns Israel and attacks Lebanon, you have to stop. Oh, bhaiya. You know, imagine a country with 143% inflation, Lebanon, and a country with 100% inflation. That is this. One was run by Hassan Nasrullah and another is run by Khalifa. Both of these economies are destined to doom. They are liability on planet Earth. They are pushing the world economy down. They are worse than African countries. At least African countries have minerals and all to contribute to the world. They have nothing except contributing this radical Islamic jihad and swallowing lives of innocent people, making innocent people into terrorists. That is what people like Erdogan do. He makes terrorists. He makes youth of a country as a terrorist. He uses Islam for his political gains, and he's the person who has doomed the beautiful country of Turkey into nothing. And he's still talking United Nations. So what should United Nations intervene? For what? What should United Nations intervene? When you were doing namaz shukrana, when Jews were getting slaughtered in Israel, when the babies were getting killed, when the women were getting raped, when you have seen those 250 women getting abducted, then Mr. Erdogan, you have eyes and ears closed. You don't want to talk about it. Now you want, because Hassan Nasrullah is killed, you want the United Nations to intervene to prevent the life of a jihadi who is in bloody jihad for the last 30 years to be spared. You and Barkat Hussain Obama are no different. Sir, you wanted to make a point.
Yeah, I just wanted to update viewers. Officially now, I'm hearing that Yahya Sinwar, Ali Khamenei, and Abu Jabril, who is the Al-Houthi head, I think, I'm not 100% sure, all of them have gone into hiding. But hiding is only a temporary thing. I think this is ended for, like we said, we predicted, like Sumitji predicted, that there is only one ending for all these things. And what I think the takeaway here is, it's time for the Middle East to start living their lives, not living their lives in fear. We have, I think, one video where we are showing the people who are celebrating this. And then, Sumitji, let's go to the next topic. We have one more topic to talk about after this video. Thank you.
I mean, I have seen celebrations across the Middle East because these people are breeding terror. They are giving you 143% inflation. They are swallowing young children. They are making young girls into prostitutes and sex slaves. They are into arms trade. They are into hash trade. They are into flush trade. Name all illicit activities of the world. And these so-called Islamic jihadists are into everything what Islam doesn't permit. They are into everything what Islam doesn't permit. and they are using, Islam for their own gains. Ismail Haniyeh was worth $4 billion more than the GDP of Gaza. Where did he get $4 billion from? Which business was he running? This is the reality of Islamic Jihad. I mean, let us swear to face it. And world has been ostrich for too long, not to see this. Sachin bhai, if you can find that video of, Benjamin Netanyahu, where he says we have tolerated Iran for too long, the world has. It's very important for today. And meanwhile, I would love to talk more and more on it. I hope it was a 4-hour program. There was so much to talk about it, but we said 40 minutes have passed. I don't even realize. Okay, I think I have it somewhere. Now let me go to the next topic. The next topic, what we have to.
So that song that you just saw was from a bar in Tel Aviv. It goes like this: Yalla ya Nasrallah, we will 4-letter you, inshallah. We will return you to Allah with the entire Hezbollah.
Now, this is Tel Aviv celebrating, and they have reasons for it. Now, there's one thing which is very important. Israel teaches to the world how to handle a lot of shit. And I am telling you one thing. Everything in Islamic world is up for sale. Don't get me wrong. Every person is up for sale. If you have the right price point, who sold the information about Nasrallah? One of his close aides. Who sold the information of Osama bin Laden? Close aides. Imagine the kind of secrecy and they have been maintaining on Nasrallah, but doesn't matter. Israel comes and exactly hits at the door or the window with a bomb. Exactly, they know where he is. Who sold the information? Obviously, one of your guys. Don't blame anybody else. Your people kind of stabbed you in the back. And we don't know how many more microwaves and how many more TVs are going to go off. We don't know. Let's wait and watch. Now we have a paucity of time, so let's go to the next part. Okay, I think Sachin bhai has found it. I think I'm not sure. You can play it as Sachin.
Amjad Taha is a very noted. I think he's a journalist, if I'm not wrong, from United Arab Emirates. Let's see. Let's just click on that. Yeah, author, analyst, and researcher, 𝗤𝙗𝘅. So I think he's based out of UAE. I remember that.
Correct.
See, these are all trapped emotions. These are all things that, there's a sense of relief also. Mosques were the first to celebrate Nasrallah's Hezbollah terrorists being wiped out as seen in Syria. The whole world, Arab world, is rejoicing, not just Israel.
They have a reason for it. Because these people have swallowed countries. They have swallowed civilizations. They have swallowed generations after generation in the name of Islamic terror, in the name of getting themselves rich and enjoying the, earthly things. Now let's come to the next topic, sir. We are running a positive time. I'll find that video. We'll play it possibly in the next episode. And now there is a lot of paranoia in the Pakistan. Sachin bhai, can you play the video of that Bukhari Sharif in UN? Kisko bhejte bhai? Arey baap.
To cross the line of control and take over Azad Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, let me state in no uncertain terms that Pakistan will respond most decisively to any Indian aggression. Therefore,
I want to respond to Shahbaz Sharif. Sachin bhai, can you put me on the full screen?
Don't. It's okay.
No, I'm not saying, sir. Just Italian salute, sir. Nothing. Kuch bhi nahi. So basically, this is what this man is up to. He has lost his senses. He is paranoid. He knows now after what happened to Hezbollah.
There's a response coming. Just watch this one.
आज पाकिस्तान की हालत आप देख रहे होंगे, क्या हाल हो गए हैं पाकिस्तान में। भीख का कटोरा लेकर के घूम रहा है। बहनों और भाइयों, वहां की हुकूमत ने वहां के लोगों को कहां पहुंचा दिया है, ये किसी से छुपा हुआ नहीं है। और इसीलिए आज मैं आपसे कहने के लिए आया हूं, आज जो स्थिति वहां उन्होंने पैदा की है, उसको देखते हुए अब तो बलूचिस्तान भी कह रहा है कि पाकिस्तानी हमें विदेशी कहते हैं, तो हमें अब पाकिस्तान में नहीं रहना है। और जम्मू कश्मीर का चुनाव इस महीने में महत्वपूर्ण होने जा रहा है। अभी तो पाकिस्तान के हाथ में कटोरा ही आया है और अब तो मोदी जी ने कह दिया है कि वाटर एंड टेररिज्म डोंट फ्लो टुगेदर, यानी आतंकवाद और सिंधु नदी का जल प्रवाह साथ साथ नहीं चल सकते, साथ साथ नहीं चल सकते। ये पाकिस्तान परस्त आतंकी भी जानते हैं कि आतंकवाद की कीमत पाकिस्तान को किस रूप में चुकानी पड़ेगी। 3 भागों में बंट जाएगा,
4
पाकिस्तान का अता पता नहीं लगेगा। और इसीलिए आपसे कहने के लिए आए हैं, जम्मू कश्मीर में भाजपा की सरकार बनाइए, पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर तैयार बैठा है भारत में विलय होने के लिए।
This was awesome, and I say it will be 4 parts. Yogi ji is optimistic; he's saying 3. I would say it's 4 parts. I mean, now the beautiful part of it is I love the statement: water and terrorism cannot go together. Wow! I think somebody has listened to our prayers. Jai Mahakal. This is what we have been praying. Water and terrorism cannot go together. Wow! Without water, you can only survive for 7 days. You wanted to make a point, sir?
Yeah, I just want to say that there is a recurring theme now. Batoge to katoge. This is I think one of those best one-liners that Yogi ji has come up with. I think this speech was in Haryana, sorry, Lavan ka ana hai, not the soft now, Haryana. And see, I expect a considerable division in the Jat vote this time around, because what is happening, everybody can see with their own eyes. Are yaar, you can say mera samuday, mera this thing. At the same time, what is Congress doing in Karnataka? Karnataka mein, what is the thing? They're all Hindus. Siddaramaiah is a Hindu. They're gone beyond anybody's belief. So they know that if these guys come, because they are so close to the center, because geographically, right, they will do these kind of in your eye things. So the Jat is thinking. Remember, always BJP's voter is a thinking voter. There are 2 good things. There's good and bad. Good thing is that he will think which way I should vote. But the bad is, if you say 𝗤𝙬𝙤, you will also get punished. Like what happened in a certain president of BJP's utterances. Remember, past and present. Let me put it that way. Right. So this is the important message takeaway. And if Haryana comes in, I have a feeling the BJP has planned it that way. If they win Haryana, I can tell you no stops will be there for. They will go full speed ahead to try, and they call it in basketball term full court press, which means in a basketball course, right? It's like front foot pay batting, doesn't matter how hoga. Something like that. That's going to happen in Maharashtra also, because they need that thing. Otherwise, their cadres are really itching. Itna kaam kiya kuch, because of some bad utterances, things have gone out of hand. So I think this is what is going to happen. I'm also hearing some things about Jammu. Let's just wait till the 3rd phase finishes, because I'm also hearing something from Jammu. Okay, back to you. Otherwise, you can take questions. Bahut sare questions hai. We have not much time left.
Just 3 minutes more. And I hope this was a 2-hour episode, but anyway, it's not. Now, second thing is, now when with all the crap which Shahbaz was speaking, because he's paranoid, he's worried, Hezbollah is gone, Hamas is gone, all these things are gone. And Pakistan doesn't have the capacity to even stand. They've got 7 billion, out of 7 billion, they've got 1 billion. And already he has met the IMF chief and asked, Bhenji, can I get 1.5 billion more? Now, why do I need 1.5 million? Because it's a climate change. Climate change ho gaya, to inshallah 1.5 billion aur do. अरे भाई king class भिखारी है क्या? Are you a king class 5-star भिखारी? You got 7 billion, फिर 1.1 billion मांगने आ गया. He's trying to get 100 million from there, 10, 20 million, whatever. He's begging all over, begging overtime. And with all the crap he spoke on UNGA, how did India respond? There's one young lady, young bachchi, early 20s, 𝗣𝗚𝗂𝘁, I can't remember the surname, 𝗣𝗚𝗂𝗁, I think some Nandanani or something, 24-year IFS officer. The Prime Minister of Pakistan was responded by a 24-year-old female IFS officer, because Navratra is coming. Ma Durga's time is coming. We worship We bow to Nari Shakti, we bow to Ma Adi Shakti. The Shakti Swaroopini, our 24-year-old daughter, replied to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, our youngest, junior most, or I would say youngest diplomat, 𝗣𝗚𝗂𝘁𝗍𝗆 Mangal Nandan, right? Mangla Nandan or Mangal Nandan. She replied to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and if you see that speech, that was mind-breaking, and it put Pakistan in the place what it should be. So the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who was beating his desk, was replied by a 24-year-old Indian diplomat, and you have to watch her. Sajin bhai, if you could play just a minute, so that people get a flavor of it.
Mr. President, this assembly regrettably witnessed a travesty this morning. A country run by the military with a global reputation for terrorism, narcotics trade, and transnational crime has had the audacity to attack the world's largest democracy. I speak about the reference to India in the speech of the Pakistani Prime Minister. As the world knows, Pakistan has long employed cross-border terrorism as a weapon against its neighbors. It has attacked our parliament, our financial capital Mumbai, marketplaces, and pilgrimage routes. The list is long. For such a country to speak about violence anywhere is hypocrisy at its worst. It is even more extraordinary for a country with a history of rigged elections to talk about political choices, that too in a democracy. The real truth is that Pakistan covets our territory and in fact has continuously used terrorism to disrupt elections in Jammu and Kashmir, an inalienable and integral part of India. A reference has been made to some proposal of strategic restraint. There can be no compact with terrorism. In fact, Pakistan should realize that cross-border terrorism against India will inevitably invite consequences. It is ridiculous.
I just wanted to tell you one thing. The Prime Minister of Pakistan is replied by a Bharatiya Mahila, 24-year-old, young, vibrant IFS officer, Nari Shakti. And that is what is the awqat of Pakistan. Who replies to Pakistan? It's not Dr. Jaishankar. It's not our MOS. It's not our senior diplomats. No. A young bachchi, I call in Hindi bachchi, 24, 23-year-old IFS officer. That is what is the awqat of Pakistan. And, I have one suggestion which I want to tell. These Balochis, China, these rebels of Pakistan, they can exactly do to the Pakistan military what Israelis did to Hezbollah. There are a lot of supplies which are imported in Pakistan. Everything is imported in Pakistan. If you want, it's not very difficult to do what Israel did to Hezbollah. You can exactly do the same and teach Pakistanis a lesson. So these beggars will keep on begging. Meanwhile, there was a protest outside the UNGA with Imran Khan's posters. They were saying about, they have been about his illegal detention, his arrest, and the threat of his life. So when Shahbaz Sharif was speaking inside, there were people who were protesting against him and talking about how rigged this country is and how messed up this country is. This is what, and we're demanding his immediate release. This is what is happening in Pakistan. Meanwhile, a helicopter again crashed. 6 people got killed. I think 3 or 4 were foreigners, 2 or 3 were locals. Now, we don't know, is it a sabotage? Is it an accident? Pakistanis are claiming it's accident, but in Pakistan, accidents seldom happen. Sabotages oversee the accidents. The sabotages are much higher than accidents. So we have to wait and watch where did these 6 people die. And Pakistan is again in paranoia because seeing what happened with Hezbollah, Nasrullah, and how Israel is beating the shit out of them, they know. I'm telling you, sir, take my words today. I'm repeating myself. Asim Munir is in the hit list of Mossad. It's a matter of time. If he's still in the business, they will take him out someday. Because he is in their hit list. Pakistanis had a taste of Dera Ghazi Khan and all been wiped out. And they don't know what next can be wiped out. So Israel is the new, honcho of the world. And the whole Islamic world and the people who are perpetrating jihad, like Iran and Pakistan, they are shitting in their pants. That is the new normal of after today's action. And these 30, 40-year-old organizations built on billions of dollars can be decimated in a matter of weeks. This is the new reality what Israel teaches us. Sir.
Thank you so much. And viewers, one small request to all of you, if you have not already liked this video and you have not subscribed to our channel. The reason I'm saying this is, yesterday in one of our shows, there was a question asked whether OCA card rules have been changed. And then we said, I had said that I need to examine it a little bit more, and I did examine it. And this was, in my opinion, a mischievous article put out by New Indian Express, because today there was a rebuttal of that by the Ministry of, the US consulate in America. And basically what it is no change, okay? Nothing has changed. In 2021, when the last time OCA rules were changed, there are some sensitive areas in India where you need prior permission to go. And this also tells you that you cannot go and do any preaching, any missionary work. There are some things like that that are there, that clause is there. That has been there for a long time, okay? So this is not something new. So that's right, March 4, 2021. So that is the point here, that somebody took something, created a big story out of it, created panic for 24 hours. But important thing is, I think people are watching PGurus stuff, and they saw that you need to get on top of this right away. So thank you so much for the Ministry of External Affairs for putting out this clarification right away. And this is why you come to PGurus. Thank you so much. Let's now take some questions.
Sure. And I have to ask everybody, sir, kindly push the like button and share it on your WhatsApp groups. It's very important. It's a national service what you will be doing. Friends, kindly do it. That's my request to you.
Thank you so much. Jaipuri Shankaracharya wants to know, sir, clearly pager episode didn't happen all of a sudden. It was long-term planning. It is surprising that they failed on 7th of October. Was it fixed by deep state to start World War III and depopulation?
Exactly. There's one very sound reason to it. Israel was aware of it. The brigadier who was heading the 82,000 division, the most elite division, which has this AI tools and which is raising havoc within Hezbollah and Hamas and all, the brigadier has resigned, as it was said that the intel was given, but somehow they could not convince them that it was actionable intel. So there was a hand of China, there was a hand of Iran, there was a hand of Pakistan, and there was a hand of Hamas. So, because there was this celebration which was happening in Israel, so they used this 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours to literally storm into Israel. It was a war. I'm again reiterating from day one, from 7th October morning to this time, I'm reiterating it was not an intel failure. It was a war on Israel. It was like a Kabaili raid which happened on India. This could not have been done unless and until somebody hacked into systems. Hamas never had so much of intel. Hamas never had so much of expertise to do it. So Chinese helped them. Now Chinese hand is very clear, right? Pakistan, Iran, this was an all joint venture of all these put together. They used this festival 2-3 hours to kill as many Israelis and take hostages, which can be used as bargaining chips. It was not an intel failure, sir. It was a war. Intel failure can, an intrusion can happen. 2, 3, 4 people sneak in. You can say it's intel failure. But when you have thousands of people coming in and marching it, it's war. It's not intel failure.
Next one, please. Vishal Jadhav, thank you so much. To raise above monsters, we have to abandon our humanity.
Yes. Correct.
Next one, please. Venkat Ranga wants to know, Namaskar, is this the end or just the start of the end of Hezb? Does Iran have the ability to initiate another such group?
Iran always has many groups. There is one group which people are not talking about, that is run by this Ali. He has a lot of people. He's much bigger than all of these groups put together, indirectly. So he should be on Mossad's high list, and I'm very sure he'll be eliminated soon. Look, it takes time, Rangasa, to bring all these groups. Now, the only option left for Khamenei is to directly enter the war. But if he enters the war, I can bet you one thing, in black and white, Iran will be wiped off. If this old man before dying wants to kill the whole of the Iran, that is his call. Because Americans are waiting for him to do a mistake. They are exactly waiting for him to do a mistake. And I'll tell you one more thing. Next after Yemen will be this Islamic resistance, and one day you will see will be on PGurus. All Iran's nuclear facilities will be taken out by Israel. Israel cannot have Iran, whatever kind and type or level of nuclear facility they have. They have to be taken out. And if you look at the plan, they are eliminating Hamas, Hezbollah, all chota mota jihadi groups and all. Then ultimately they will go for the kill. There is going to be a war with Iran. Nobody can stop it.
Thank you, Peter Ramkishan. Thank you, Sushila ji. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Santosh Karkera. Justice to Hindus in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Will BH act like IL? BH act like IL. Israel. BH kone Bharat?
Acha, Bharat like Israel. I think, look, if you ask me, RAW is as capable or better than Mossad. But when Mossad acts, it is backed by the government, it is backed by the IDF, it is backed by Air Force, it's backed by military, it's backed by commando, it's backed by everything. So it's a and even the Navy SEALs of Israel. So it's a combined operation. If, swear to God, I swear by my honor, you give this kind of backing to RAW, they will beat the shit out of Pakistanis or Bangladeshis or wherever they are. RAW is much more capable than even Mossad. But RAW doesn't get that kind of backing what Mossad gets. That is only what is a stumbling block. It's a political will. You want to do it. If Israel can do it and nobody can beat the shit out of Israel, who can touch Bharat? Bharat is a superpower. Bharat is a much powerful, is the third, fourth biggest military power in the world. Nobody can touch Bharat. Is the question, do we want to do it? I was on a TV debate today, and in fact, I had a point difference of opinion with somebody. And I said, look, we have to carve out a separate state for Bangladeshi Hindus and Christians. We have to carve out. That is our responsibility, because if you keep a blind eye, these jihadis will come from Malda, Murshidabad, 24 North Pargana, 24 Pargana done, then North Dinajpur, then they will further come. This Islamic terror and aggression.
In Jharkhand, in one district, they are talking about this. Hindus out of this district.
Sir, it doesn't stop. You know, I don't agree with these lot of diplomats who still believe, oh, you know, this is diplomacy, this is this. Ab ya ghanta chali diplomacy. Sorry, did diplomacy work here? Kya chali diplomacy ka batao? Could Anthony Blinken move a brick? Some things where the diplomacy ends and the military is the solution. Diplomacy has a red line. It cannot go beyond that. I always say, don't expect Dr. Jaishankar to do miracles. There's a limit he can go, right? You know, if even if you have a Concorde, can it replace a PSLV or GSLV? No, it can't. Concorde is a Concorde, PSLV is a PSLV. Concorde ka Concorde karega, but if you have to go to the moon, you know, GSLV. So Concorde cannot replace a rocket. Understand, there's a difference between military and diplomacy. Everybody has its limitations. Diplomacy first, always first. If it doesn't work, go for the kill.
Viewers, I've been told from reliable sources that a message has been given to these Jamaati, all these hotheads in Bangladesh. You stop the Durga Puja even in one pandal. They're waiting to see how the Durga Puja finishes next week, right? In one or 2 weeks' time. Warning has been given, and rhetoric. That's why that rhetoric is coming, that we will not allow Durga Puja to happen. Look, Bangladesh's culture is Hindu. That is the reason why they insisted that they will not learn Urdu, that they want to be Bengali first. Remember, there's a lot of history behind this, and the Pakistanis knew who they were going after. They finished off the intelligentsia, then they went after the Hindus, then they went after the moderate Muslims. So you have to go back and read history, otherwise you'll be you'll repeat the whole thing again. This Jamaat people have to be put in their place. It's a very small minority. Let's wait and see. 2 weeks Durga Puja, it better go through smoothly. If not, more hell is going to come to Bangladesh. Already they are 9 hours only, the 9 hours power cut in urban areas and 14 to 15 hours power cut in rural areas today. And if you don't keep on paying if you don't pay the bill and you keep on running up, and then now they are trying to say some reasons that, oh, the rate at which you are charging per unit is now higher. You reneged on your rate, blah, blah, blah. If the price of coal goes up, it has to go up. Who's going to bear that? Anyway, this is all window dressing. Kar rahe hain. At the end of the day, no pay, no juice.
So 2 points. You know, I was on a TV debate, The Islamists are saying Durga Puja should be banned. Islamists are saying that idol worship should be banned in Bangladesh. Islamists are saying no public Durga Puja should be allowed. Islamists are saying that if you emerge idols of mass Durga into the river after Visarjana, it pollutes the river. It pollutes the river. And if you want to conduct Durga Puja, you need to pay us 5 lakhs of jizya. 5 lakh ka jizya dena hai for every pandal. And madrasa students will guard the pandals. And at the time of azan and all, there will be no Durga Puja. And at the time of Namaz, there will be no Durga Puja. So basically, it is Islamization of Durga Puja. That is what is happening in Bengal. I put these 7 points, which was, I was flabbergasted. My brains were boiling to look at it. And they met Yunus and said, this is what we want. You do it. Otherwise, will we know how to handle it? And he said, anybody who doesn't follow this will be cut to pieces.
Sarji, ek baat I have to tell all of our viewers. I don't know how many of you followed this. In 2021, 3 Muslim youth went into a Shivji Mandir in Mangalore area and they urinated there. You know what happened? 2 days later, one of the 3 developed fever and he was dead in 48 hours. The other 2 came running to the temple. They came to the temple first before surrendering in front of police. They said, "Humse galti ho gaya. We should have not done this. Hey Bhagwan, mujhe bacha lo." And one of them was falling sick. That is the reason. One was died, second one was falling sick. And they came, they have been arrested. I don't know what happened to that case. If somebody from Mangalore can update me on that, you'll know. Look, there is something about our temples. There is something about the murti. There is something about the energy. Okay. We if you don't put the time to understand that, then we are the stupid fools. We need to understand how great our Sanatana Dharma is. We'll come to that. We have been doing a series of articles for which I'm getting a lot of excrement, which means that the article is going home. The more abuses I get by way of comments, the more I know that whatever we are trying to tell is going home. People are listening.
You're doing the right thing. Gali milna acha hai. Gali achhi hai.
Achhi hai. Right. Thought provocateur, thank you so much. POK के टुकड़े नहीं करने चाहिए, पाउडर बनाना चाहिए.
Churan.
Next one, please. Thought provocateur again. There are reports of car seats automatically ejecting or turning Hezbollah into rockets and launching them into orbit. ये तो मजाक कर रहे हैं.
Now you are trying. Now he's trying to scare Hezbollah guys. Don't get into the car. This is a possibility. Don't get into a car. Thought provocateur जी क्यों डरा रहे हो?
Just for what it's worth, the average number of computers in a car is at least 40 or more. BMW has 60 computers. 60. अगर कुछ करना है तो कर सकते हैं. Aditya Prakash wants to know, Jai Shri Ram, what is the impact of Houthis on this entire situation? Will there be peace if continue to exist even if Iran weakens?
There can be no peace unless and until the proxies of Iran survive. And if Khamenei survives, he will try to build more proxies. He will try to build more things. I think it's a time of show-off. Whether we like it or not, it's a time of show-off. It's going to happen. You might see the calm before the tempest. But one day, you see, Iran has to now retaliate. There is no option for Iran not to retaliate. If they don't retaliate now, Aditya ji, their foreign minister eliminated. Who did it? I don't know. President, who did it? I don't know. Haniyeh, who did it? I don't know. Nasrullah, who did it? I don't know. All these dozens of commanders of who did it? Their embassy. I mean, how can some country live with so much of humiliation and still keep up bragging about some jihad and some jihadis and all? If they don't retaliate now, then the Khamenei has to retire and go in exile. It's better for the people of Iran if he does that.
Next one, please. Arijoy Mitra wants to know, can anyone tell me how to be a strong Shiv Bhakta? You want to go take a shot at it?
Arijoy ji, you have to start the practicing in sadhana, understand what is Shiva, have your dedication to Shiva, and there's a part to it. It doesn't happen overnight. There's a part to it. You can reach me offline on my email address. This is on sumitpeer.com. You can find the email address, then we can help you guide through that.
Om Namah Shivaya, 3 words that can really make your life. Just start saying there. Arijit ji, just start saying Om Namah Shivaya as soon as you get up in the morning. Anytime you are going through a time where you are not able to make decision, मन में थोड़ी सी उथल-पुथल हो रही है, just chant Om Namah Shivaya. You'll get the clarity. We are our biggest friends. We are our biggest enemies. we ourselves, I as in you. You have to understand your inner Hanuman. That Om Namah Shivaya will help you. Thank you. Neerav ji, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको. If you separate Hindu state from Bangladesh, our country Muslims also demand their separate state. Only solution, complete 1947 unpartition.
I think, the need of the hour right now is that in Bangladesh, the Hindus are persecuted. They are being hunted. There's a genocide which is happening. To prevent that, we are asking for a separate state. We are not asking separate state just because Hindus and Muslims can't live together. We are asking because of this Islamist government which has come in, and the biggest Islamist without a beard, this Muhammad Yunus, what he's trying to do. So the need of the hour is very simple, Neeraj bhai. Hindus cannot leave the land khali hath. If Hindu you want him to be out of the so-called Bangladesh, give him a country. Let that country be like a Bhutan. Let that country be like a Nepal, which is a separate country and which is protected by India, and will integrate their economy with ours. So economically, they don't have to work. Economically, militarily, they don't have to worry. That is what we should do. Integrate their economy with ours. Economically, militarily, they don't have to worry. We'll protect them, and their Hindu brothers. And even a Christian country has to be cut. And let me tell you, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, any minority cannot survive in Bangladesh. If you let minorities to be there, it will one day become Afghanistan. Whatever happened to the minorities in Afghanistan, same thing will happen there. It's Afghanistan in making. What I had predicted, a lot of people are saying that it's Afghanistan in making.
Thank you so much. Sumit ji, I just wanted to again request all our viewers, please like this video before you log off of this program, because the number of likes we got, if you had gotten about 100% more, this program would have gone out of this orbit. We are really trying to get back to where we were. हाथ जोड़कर हम आपसे प्रार्थना करते हैं. Yeah.
Sir, we are being tracked down by Chinese intelligence. We are bots of Pakistani ISR after us. ISPR, let me be candid. They are after us. They are trying to dislike. They are trying to using all the tactics. You are our hope. I cannot do it. Sree sir cannot do it. Our team cannot do it. We cannot fight these armies of people and these armies which are sponsored by the governments. You are our hope. If you want to do it, you can do it, and we can defeat them together. You and us together can defeat these bots and these stooges of Pakistan and China. Please.
Thank you so much, sir. And before we exit this program, let us get the blessings of Lord Mahadev.
Okay, so
thank you, Santosh Karkera. 1 second, sir. Thank you, Santosh Karkera. 2 dead in Mangalore temple case, 1 in jail. So the second one also didn't make it. Thank you so much, Santosh ji. See, this is the thing I was telling you about, right? So somewhere something happened. Just imagine going and peeing on the shivling. You may have your religion, you may think your religion is superior, but to go and try and deface and degrade somebody else's, that's where the problem is.
Absolutely right, sir. We as Hindus, we believe in Hinduism, but we'll not go and do this to mosque. We'll never do it.
Yeah.
We'll have never seen it.
आप ये बात कह रहे हैं, in Gujarat there are so many mosques that were left because they all moved out to Pakistan. That guy, what's his name, Ajakia came back to his hometown, right? And he said all the mosques that used to be inhabited when they were there, the Muslims were there in that village, they are still being preserved. There is a pujari adjacent, there's a mandir. That man makes sure that the place is, clean and kept clean. This is just, he said, I went through so many places in Gujarat. So this is how we respect everybody's religious structures. Understand this. Sir, let's take Mahadev's blessing. We want everybody to be happy, but it is respect towards one and all. I respect you, you respect me. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street.
Perfectly right, and that is why we have survived for more than 1 lakh years. Kuch to baat hai na. If you have survived for more than 100,000 years, this is the attitude, this is the mentality, what makes us, beyond time. Sanatan Dharma, which is beyond the time. So thank you to Jagdish
Yellappu for your super sticker. Thank you so much.
On that note, I hope you have done the like, share, subscribe, and you're going to make this program a rocking success and make this message reach to all your relatives and friends. Om Namah Shivaya on your YouTube channel. Bilkul karenge, sir. We'll do that. On that note, Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and Hara 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 Mahadev.
Mahadev.
you.